Lupe Fiasco speaks on teaching a rap course at Johns Hopkins University.
It's been a while. What's up? What's up? What's up? Big shouts. It's been a while. I figure I'd give myself one of these a year. And it's 2025, so let me just get it out the way. I haven't been on live in years. What's up, y'all? First, I want to say, I'm definitely finna do some dissing. Stay tuned, Johnny Ace. But not really. With love. Johns Hopkins in the building. What up? So look, first and foremost, I want to say, to get the real stuff out the way real quick. For those who are interested in applying for the hip hop degree program at Johns Hopkins for the upcoming 2025, fall 25, spring 26 school year, the deadline for applications has been extended to January, I think, 25th. I think it's the 25th, either the 25th or the 24th, somewhere in there. But you got another 2 weeks to apply before they start to select people and then go through the audition process and all that stuff. So just for those who want to know, or if you have somebody who might be interested, a freshman or somebody who's interested in attending Johns Hopkins, attending the Peabody Institute, the Peabody Music Conservatory, and are interested in being a part of the Bachelor's of Hip Hop program, the deadline, it was January 3rd or January 4th, but it got extended to, I think, January 25th. So let them know that. Also, for any of MIT students, as well as any Harvard, Wellesley, or Mass Art students that are interested in taking my course, Rap Theory and Practice, you still have technically all this month to register, but to get your application in, the deadline is January 15th. So just want to get that stuff out the way. So again, if you're interested in participating in the Peabody Institute hip hop degree program for this fall, for this upcoming first class, your deadline to apply is January 25th. And if you're interested in taking my Rap Theory and Practice course at MIT, we're going to start cutting off the deadline around January 15th. But you kind of got the rest of the month. Okay? So just want to get that out of there. What else? Okay, why are we here? Why are we here? Because I made a promise not to be on social media. So I was like, I'm going to give myself one live this year before I go back to building my ship. There was I announced January 1st that we will be launching 2 new programs for Lupe Fiasco. And I want to kind of just use this to expound on that and respond to this very sneaky video that this woman just put out, which I will be addressing deeply. And hopefully in that address a bunch of issues that people are having with me personally, but then also the things I'm doing professionally and in the spaces that I'm in. So first and foremost, we launched Ramen Shop, which is something that I've been building for years, actually, and figuring out the best way to kind of roll it out. Ramen Shop is kind of like I put it to you like this. You got kind of Lupe Fiasco, if you want to call it classic, which is like your traditional album releases, rollouts, touring, the stuff that you've been knowing me to do since my mixtapes and Kick Push and albums and Atlantic and everything else. So Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, vinyl, CDs, the basic kind of regular rollout and the basic kind of like stuff. So you call that Lupe Fiasco Classic. I will continue to do that. I will still put out regular albums. I will still put out full lengths. I will still work with streaming services and stuff like that for the foreseeable future. So that part will always be there. On top of that, I wanted to add on Two new pieces. The one piece is called Ramen Shop. Ramen Shop is kind of like my mixtapes, loosies, one-offs, things that don't really fit comfortably on albums, things that aren't really full-length album projects, that don't necessarily require or I think demand or deserve like full-blown marketing things. I don't think it's things that are meant for like the full public. I don't think it's things that the full public would kind of appreciate. For various reasons. Not that it's whack or it's weak or it's watered down. It's just that the nature of it doesn't extend itself to be a full album or anything like that. So I created this space called Ramen Shop where I could just like just create. And some of the stuff is like practice. Some of the stuff is like very interesting little concepts or little mini concepts and stuff like that. So instead of just kind of having that stuff languishing or laying around, or not being really used, or just uploading it randomly to YouTube or something like that, like freestyles and stuff, different stuff like that, I decided to just create this rollout platform called Ramen Shop. And then all that stuff will live there. And it's available to like a very exclusive set of fans. It's not trying to create like a money grab or anything like that. It's just that I know like it's not, the mass market's not going to enjoy it. So it's like, but I do have fans who would fuck with it. So it's like, let me create it. And then for me, it's a kind of a creative escape. With that said, the stuff that's in Ramen Shop and expected to be in Ramen Shop is like super fire shit. Like it's crazy shit. But we'll get more into that later. I just want to like preface that. And we rolled it out during the Samurai tour. So if you got one of those little USB cards on tour that had the Samurai mixtape, this is where the first version of Ramen Shop will roll out. So whenever you come, if you got one of these, if you were lucky enough to get one, we gave one to the first 10 fans who came in and bought $100 worth of merch, and you got one of these cards. On that card is the Samurai Tour mixtape, which is some unreleased, some remixes, some other stuff like that. We're going to keep that program going. So at certain concerts, it's called Ramen Shop DCS. So if you see Ramen Shop DCS, we'll announce it like, oh, this tour or this concert is going to have Ramen Shop DCS. And if you have one of these cards, and it has to be autographed, like we already know how, like make sure you keep the package and everything that had the autograph on it, the whole piece, to keep track of it. If you bring this card, it's a USB card. If you bring this card with you to the concert, you go to the merch booth and say, hey, y'all.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And if you give us the card, we'll put new Ramen Shop pieces on this card. Okay? So that's how this works.
Thanks for tuning in to 9 Mag TV.